Okay, good morning. Here we go. Another Zen Fit. Welcome to Blackstone and my Zen Fit talks where nothing fits and then suddenly everything fits. Got my mic on, got the iPad on camera, so we're ready to roll. The topic of this talk is you can't get to heaven with a flashlight. So what we're going to do is explore. Now remember, my writing in my talks are explorations. I'm exploring the topic in real time with you as we speak, you see. So I don't know where this is going. I get an idea, but then I just unroll it and follow it. And it may end up in a totally different talk. I don't know. A lot of times I start out with an idea and end up somewhere else, but it seems to work. So anyway, we're going to try to understand and meditate on the two ways of knowing. Now, not everything I know, but the way I frame my experience now is what Albert Lowe has helped me to frame and understand. So and I've got him right here, Prince Albert in a can. Hello, Albert. Portable. I'll put him in my pocket. So I've always got Albert Lowe, Creating Consciousness is the book that I'm referring to here with this, what we're going to talk about. Okay, so there are two ways of knowing. And the most common way we know is using is called the flashlight mind. Now the flashlight mind, you can just check this out for yourself, but you're in a room like this and I say, would you look at that martini glass? And so you shine your mind over there and you say, oh, there's a martini glass. If you focus your mind on that, and I say, look at that martini glass. And then I might say, oh, look at that can of Albert Lowe, and you would look at that. And so we could go around the room, and either you would explore with your flashlight mind, say, oh, look at that. So it's Hote, the laughing Buddha. Oh, how interesting. And then you could focus your flashlight mind in. Oh, look at the little mala beads there. Look at that. It's so neat. You look at everything. Then you would, in other words, you would explore with your flashlight mind. You could say, oh, well, look at the room. And you would see the room with the flashlight mind. And you would see, then you would reduce your wide angle all the way down to every little object, and then you could zoom in on the object. You see where we're going, so you could zoom out and see the whole. Oh, this is a nice room. This is a nice foyer. I like that. You see you see the door and the stairs, and you can see the door into the office. You see the front door, and this is a big old house. It has a front foyer and a back foyer. You could look at all of this, but you would start with the flashlight mind shining on the room, and then you would start. You get the idea that this is the way our mind works. This is the way consciousness works. And whatever we see, you see, has a name. Or you might come up and see something and say, let me see. What is that? You see, and you may not know. And I said, do you know what that is? And you would say, oh, what is that? And it's a thimble. Oh, it's a thimble. And I said, yes, this is my mother's thimble. She had little hands. But now you know what it is. It's got a story, and it's got a reference, my mother's finger. And you would be, oh, how interesting. I had a little finger, you see. And then we would go on and explore the room and everything. For me, since it's in my room, they all have a story, you see. And you could spend the whole day going through things and looking at them. Maybe not that much. But you get the idea. We explore with a flashlight. It's like going down to a basement and you've never been in there and you want to explore, but you only got a little pin light. So you have to explore it one object at a time. It'd take you a long time. And it would take forever if the basement was changing as you were exploring, so that when you got done exploring all the objects, the whole basement would have changed. And you would have to explore them all over. So you would be continually exploring to what? To see the whole basement. So our exploring, the goal of exploring, is to see the whole. And the meaning of the things in the room have meaning because they're reference to the whole. So all these things over here, take this for instance. Oh, that's interesting. What is that? You see. And then you would turn it over and it would be, oh, is that just a globe? What is that? Is that a rock? Well, look at the texture. So is that granite? Is that marble? What is that? What is that? Oh, now do you know what it is? It's the egg of an emu. A friend of mine had them and he gave me an egg. Well, that's interesting. Is it an egg of an emu? Like, look up in Google it up and you can see all about the emu and what eggs are and all that. Is that what it is? Well, factually, that's what it is. But to me, it's not the egg of an emu. This is me. This is my breaking out. This is my breaking out of the egg of the flashlight mind. This is my breaking out of the flashlight mind. You see, the flashlight mind shines on this. There's no, what is the reference to it? You don't know what, if you have no reference, if you have no reference means what is it? What's its name? If you look in Google, you could look up emu and all the history and all that. You get a PhD on emus. And it would all start with this. Oh, I'm a professor of emus. And it all started when I saw that egg. Broke out of my whole life, you see. But this is the womb that we're all born in. So when we're born, we break out. But we then break into bigger. The child lives in an expanding egg. First it starts with the mother, the child and the mother. Then it's the child and the crib. And then it's the child and the floor. And then it's the child in the living room. And then it's the child of the house. And it explores. And as it explores, its egg expands, but it explores with the flashlight mind. And it says, oh, what is this? What is this? What is this? And mother says, oh, that's this, that's that. Don't touch that. And don't touch that egg, you'll break it. And the child says, whoa, hot stuff, you know. But anyway, we explore with the flashlight mind. And when something is given a name, we integrate it into the whole that we're building. We're building a world. The child's building a world. We build a world. And as we grow, we build it with the flashlight mind, exploring things. But the meaning of what we see with the flashlight has meaning because it's reference to a whole. So the meaning of this, if you found this on the road or in a field, you would say it might have a different meaning to you. But it would certainly would not be the egg in my foyer, because this egg is an emu egg. But it's much more than that, you see. This is my whole life. This is my whole life, breaking out of eggs. Breaking out of eggs, you see. So how do you break out of an egg? Well, you break out of an egg when you have a flashlight mind, and you're inside this egg, you're inside this room, you're inside this world, and you're exploring it. Oh, look at this, look at that, look at this, look at this. And finally you realize, wait a minute, I've been here before. I'm in an egg. I thought I was in a world, but I'm in an egg. I've come around to where I started. It's like following the footsteps in the desert. Oh, this is great. I'm getting out because, oh, look, now 2 people are following. Oh, look, now 3 people. I'm following a crowd. And you discover, oh, I'm following myself. And with that horror, that surprise, the egg falls off. Then you awaken to a bigger boat, a bigger egg, and you explore that. It's like the Russian nesting dolls. The lower one explores the lower order until it sees its limitations. You've done this. You've explored this religion. You've explored this teacher. You've explored this guru. You've explored Albert Lowe or whatever your teaching is, whatever. Finally, when you get to the end and you're repeating yourself, it drops off. And now you're in a bigger world. Now you're exploring again. So exploring goes on. But at the end of our exploring, we see it as if for the first time. All right, so what is the other mind now? We explored, got the flashlight mind. That's consciousness. Consciousness is a flashlight mind. Why is it a flashlight mind? Because it operates within the constructs of grammar. Subject, verb, object. You learn that in school. You diagram a sentence. What's the subject? It's a noun. The verb, that's the verb. Remember diagramming sentences? Maybe they don't do that anymore. An object, SVO. Noun does something to nouns. That's the reality we see through the lens of language. So I'm the subject and I do things to the world as objects. That's the way we think. That's the way we see. But it's the flashlight mind. The flashlight can never see the flashlight. It only sees the object. The flashlight is the doer. And it looks around and it does things, sees things, names things, you see. And it sees objects, but it doesn't see itself. So I'm always looking for myself. I can never see the whole because I'm the whole, looking at objects in the whole. So let's get to the other mind, for God's sakes, Ed. The other mind is, we could say, is lantern mind. Or the ceiling light. Suppose you're in the basement. And you explore in the basement with a pin light. One thing at a time, one thing at a time. And you come across a switch. And you flick the switch and suddenly the whole room is lit up. And you see the whole room at once. And now you know where you are. Everything fits. Oh, all these objects, what in the hell is this? What in the hell is this? And we do this on Facebook or something. Do you know somebody posts a picture of something from a previous age, which may not be too long ago, like a telephone? Oh, what is this? Oh, I don't know. What could that be used for? Or you go to a landfill and you pick up something. What in the hell is this? And we imagine what it was used for. We do that. It's fun, you see. That's because we've moved into another room and the context has changed and we don't know where it came from. So when you switch on the ceiling light or the lantern mind is good because it's kind of like a ceiling light that you carry with you instead of being portable. So it's kind of like a ceiling light. You flip on the lantern mind and the whole room is illuminated and everything fits. So when I say Zen fit, nothing fits. That's because I'm trying to find everything fits with the flashlight. And the world is changing, so I can never know everything in the world because the world is impermanent. The world is changing. I can't find stuff fast enough to know it in a changing world because it's changing while I look for it, you see? And that's where we are, trying to make sense of the world that is changing using a reference of the past. So I use a lantern, and every time when you turn on the lantern mind, you see the whole, you see. But even then, when we see the whole room, we take a picture of it, and now I've got a picture of the whole room, and so whatever I find, and I want to know what it is, I'll refer it to the picture of the whole room. Oh, actually, that fits that. But the whole room is changing, so I'm always doing chase up here, you see, because I find something and refer it to the past, and it doesn't fit. Because the room has no past. The room is impermanence. The whole is impermanence. It's changing. And we're trying to find fixed things and name them and refer them to the context, which is always our memory. So we're always out of sync unless we understand how to use both minds. See, so we've got two minds here. We got the lantern mind, which is kind of like a flash bulb. your camera. You're in a room with the camera and you're focusing on one thing. You're going to focus on this or that, and you're really not sure what the whole room is, the whole panorama. So if you flick on the flash bulb, poof, you get a illumination of the whole room, and then the camera knows where it is because it's referencing the whole room. But this is a flash in the bang. So samadhi are these awakening moments where everything makes sense, everything fits, is like a flash bulb, but boom, we go right back to the flashlight mind. And of course the room has changed, so the samadhi, you see, if put into memory, is the past. This is why a lot of people get hung up. They have a big awakening experience, awakening of the lantern mind. I see the whole world. But then they freeze it. And then they go back into the flashlight mind and they refer to the picture they took of the world back in the samadhi and say, oh, I know what it is. Everything refers to that, you see. But the world's changed. Anyway, so we're playing with these ideas of two minds. The awakened mind, or in Zen it's called prajna. Prajna, P-R-A-J-N-A. It means the aroused mind that does not rest on anything, which is the lantern mind. The lantern mind does not rest on any object. It sees all objects. It's beyond all objects. It's beyond all forms, because forms are known by the flashlight mind. It's like everything in this room is a form, even the room. And I know it by consciousness. And I know it because I filter it through language, nouns, so I can name everything in here. If something has no name, I say, who put this here? What the hell is this? So I really have attention here. I got to find out what it is and who did it and where did it come from. My uncle used to he loved to shock people. He would put a little a rubber turd on the floor. Oh my God, there's a turd. Oh, I stepped on it. And then it's rubber. He loved that. Okay, so we're just trying to get a hold on the flashlight mind, which is our consciousness, and our lantern mind, which is our awakened awareness. And awareness is not personal. This is the big mistake people make. Oh, if I awakened, I'll be personally aware. No, you won't. Awakening is impersonal. The light of the whole room, the light of the world, is not personal light, because that means you're something, a thing, a personal form, you see. And we know that with the flashlight mind. Everything has form, and everything is personal in our consciousness, because I'm the person looking at everything. I'm the person with the flashlight, you see. But I can't see myself with the flashlight. Anyway, I'm really hoping I'm not getting too deep here, but we're going to close with that. Just maybe we'll come back to that, and we'll open Prince Albert in a can again and see what's in there. Okay. Thanks for dropping in.